Yo, what's up, gamers? Welcome back to Tricky Jim. Thank you so much for tuning in this lovely Wednesday evening. We've got some Pokemon TCG action headed your way with our standard league night here at Full Grip Games. Was lucky enough to get to stream some Gym Leader Challenge with Ben Morse this morning. That was a lot of fun, though my decks need a little work. I was trying some new strategies for myself this morning, but I was quite pleased with the way that my Fire Spread deck was looking. I think that deck has a lot of promise. My other two lists I am going to put back into the oven and spend some more time tweaking. But tonight, it's not about Gym Leader Challenge. It's about standard format. Here at Full Grip, we have got our standard league night happening tonight, and we've got really just kind of a loaded rest of the week coming up here on Tricky Jim. We've got our standard league nights tonight. We've got Gym Leader Challenge coming to the Pokemon trading card game live tomorrow. So tomorrow during the day, I'm going to actually boot up the Pokemon trading card game live, and I am going to play Gym Leader Challenge on TCG Live. So that is quite exciting. I have not opened TCG Live in a couple of months, so that's big. Going to be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow nights, we've got Gym Leader Challenge League happening here at Full Grip Games, and then Saturday, yes. We have got a Sun and Moon to Lost Thunder retro tournament happening here at Full Grip Games. So I'm going to be streaming Saturday during the day as well for our first of many retro events that we're going to host here at Full Grip Games. It's going to be an ongoing series that we do here at the shop, and I cannot wait. I'm going to have World's finalist Christopher Fulop. World's finalist or U.S. national champion? I don't know. How do you introduce someone with as much credit, with as much credibility as Chris Fulop? U.S. national champion, 2004 World's finalist Chris Fulop's going to be joining me for the Sun and Moon to Lost Thunder tournament to cast and commentate over the event. So that should be a ton of fun. Again, that is happening on Saturday. So definitely make sure to mark your calendars. Looks as if things are getting underway here at the shop. And it looks like we have a healthy turnout, maybe somewhere between 15 and 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe 16, 17, something like that. And here we go. I'm going to get Tony real quick. All right. Remember prize cards. Prize cards. Prize cards go out. Yes, very good. Going to give Tony a little bit of a hard time as the other day he was on stream and forgot his prize cards. So nothing like a little old harassment for for our friend Tony. Love that. So it looks like round one we're going to have Tony versus Holden, and we're going to get started momentarily. But before we do, I'm actually going to turn the heat off here in my studio. It's getting a little warm, so don't mind me. I'm going to go do that while these players set up for round one. All right, we are back. It's that weird time of year where kind of flip-flopping between the heat and the air conditioning. All right, folks, let's roll. Excited to see what these players have brought for us today. It looks like Tony's got Psychic and Lightning Energy. Is he going to have a Turbo Iron Hands deck for us? Potentially. Gardevoir is kind of all the rage right now. Has won back-to-back regional championships. So Gardevoir is certainly the deck to beat. And I know that Turbo Iron Hands seems to be a potential counter pick. We'll see. I see Crispin. I see Arvin. And it looks like Holden is playing the Feraligatr deck yet again. It's got some Luminous Energy, 3 Luminous Energy in hand with a Buddy Buddy Poffin. So no draw cards, no supporters there in Holden's hand, unfortunately for Holden. But does have plenty of Luminous Energy. So he will not be want for energy attachments. Holden was playing this Feraligatr Walls deck last week as well. And I think lost a close game on stream. Curious to see if he can piece together a dub with Feraligatr today. Let's see what notes I have from Heather. Oh, looks like the delay getting started is that there was a repair, but these players are going to stay right where they're at. And our league night is underway. Round 1 of our standard league. We've got Tony Saya on the left versus Holden Cheeks on the right. Still not 100% on what deck Tony is playing. I'm guessing it's an Iron Hands variant, would be my guess, because I see multiple Lightning Energy, Crispin, and Psychic Energy, but we'll have to see. And then Holden has got Buddy Buddy Poffin, is going to use that, search out couple of Totodile, get those going so he can evolve into the Croconaw. I think he does have at least one Croconaw in his hand, so can start to get that going. But Holden is going to need to eventually Joltik box. Okay, Future box doesn't run Crispin. Okay, I was wondering if maybe it ran Crispin just because of Psychic Energy for like the Miraidon, but all right, Holden top deck to research actually, so it's gonna put that Luminous Energy on the active Monkey Dory, and then research finds the precious Trolley off of the research, so can finish filling his bench, and has got a rescue board too, so he's got plenty of ways to search out basic Pokemon is not wanting for that at all. The Precious Trolley is going to allow Holden to grab 2 more basic Pokemon to put onto the bench. And then he's kind of ready to roll. I mean, he's doing just fine. Tony does have Arven in hand, so we'll start setting up his board this next turn, and we'll finally get to see what it is that Tony is playing. Funny enough, with Crispin in hand, Tony actually could start like to attack with Pheasantipity, I guess, right? You could just go Crispin, attach from hand, and then start swinging. I mean, Pheasantipity EX has a usable attack, 3 colorless energy. You could do 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, so could be useful for picking off Totodile on the bench. And Holden is actually going to grab Badoo and can use the rescue board to retreat into Badoo, Itchy Pollen. And this is terrible news for Tony, because Tony has Nest Ball off the top of the deck, can't play it because of the item lock, and then has Arven, but then won't be able to use Arven, can't use Arven either, because Arven gets an item card and you just can't get any items. So Tony could play the tool he gets off of Arven, but that's just like not gonna do it. All right, I'm hearing it's Joltik box, and I must be in the dark here, because I need to figure out what Joltik box is. Okay, this is the 7th place list from the Monterey Regional Championships. Okay, this is looking like this is it. Okay. So it is kind of like an Iron Hands variant. It plays Iron Hands and Joltik and Galvantula and Miraidon. Holy smokes, this is crazy. What in the world? There's Maractus in here with Corner. There's an Iron Leaves. There's Pikachu EX. There's Crispin. All right, I wasn't totally crazy for saying, yeah, this is looking like it is definitely Joltik box. And I wasn't totally crazy for thinking that it was an Iron Hands variant, because this deck wants to use Joltik to accelerate energy into play and then attack with Iron Hands quickly. I mean, that's kind of what it wants to do. Instead, we've got Pheasantipity EX here, just going to knock out the active Badoo. And this Pheasantipity EX is swinging, and I'm sure that Tony is very happy to get that Badoo out of here. However, if Holden has like a rare candy in this deck, he could just win. I don't know that that's a card that this deck actually plays. I think that yeah, no, the Feraligatr deck does not play rare candy. So, but if he did, if Holden had rare candy, no, still wouldn't be able to, because he would need 2 energy. So, no, would not be able to win with rare candy. All right, I take it back. But still, it feels very precarious for Tony to have just a single Pokemon. And it looks like Holden is going to confuse the Pheasantipity with the Monkey Dory. 60 damage, Mind Bend, Confusion. And now Tony is going to have access to his item cards. So we will get to see a game, and the round will not end in a bench out. So that's good for us. We get to watch a full game. Fantastic. And thank you, Random Effects, for that sub. Appreciate it. 23 months. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. And now we can start to see this deck take shape. Nest Ball can get Miraidon. Miraidon's Tandem Unit ability allows Tony to search his deck for 2 basic lightning Pokemon, put them straight onto the bench. Let's see, and I'm hearing that Gym Leader Challenge trial for TCG Live is not active for 18 hours. Okay, so is there a time stamp on when the Gym Leader Challenge trial should be playable on TCG Live tomorrow? Because I've just been estimating that I would go live in the middle of the day, but I am curious at what time does the Gym Leader Challenge trial go live on TCG Live? It looks like Tony was able to find Prime Catcher, so we might see this Pheasantipity go in again for another knockout. Tony's got the Future Booster Energy Capsule on his Iron Hands, and Iron Hands will then have free retreats with Prime Catcher. Tony gets to switch both Pokemon, his opponent's active and his own, so he will pivot into Iron Hands and retreat. And then Tony's going to bring up Holden's Monkey Dory, and then we'll swing around it to knock out. Wow. I actually think Tony may just be able to Pheasantipity sweep. This is kind of crazy. Knocking out the Croconaw on the bench is really tough. I'm getting word that about 1 p.m. tomorrow, it looks like the trial will go live on TCG Live. So I'll plan on starting my stream about then. We'll have a handful of hours to try out the trainer trial on TCG Live before League Night here at Full Grip Games. Now Holden has got Arven, and we'll use Earthen Vessel. Discarding for Alligator, and we'll grab a couple energy out of his deck. I mean, Holden's definitely in a dire situation. What seemed like a great position for Holden starting out now is getting really tough as the Iron Hands is starting to get powered up as well. And Iron Hands could just absolutely wreak havoc on Holden's board. Counter Catcher can bring up Miraidon. Miraidon's only got a single retreat cost, though. But with Totodile, Totodile has an attack that makes it so that the defending Pokemon cannot retreat. So Holden is attempting to buy some time with Counter Catcher. Counter Catcher bringing up Miraidon. And then, I believe it's the Big Bite attack. Makes it so that that Miraidon cannot retreat. Yes, the Big Bite attack, 10 damage. Can bring up Miraidon. But honestly, over the course of a couple of turns, Tony could just start attacking with Miraidon. A Crispin can get 2 energy onto Miraidon right here. And then with an attachment from Hands, next turn, Tony could be able to swing with Miraidon EX. So I'm thinking that Holden's Gambit on the Big Bite is really just a one-turn solution. Let's take a look at the top 8 list from Tyler Matthews from the Monterey Regional Championships. It looks like it's just Prime Catcher. I mean, Prime Catcher is the only switch The only proper switch card in the deck. So, I mean, it looks like Tony will have to just start powering up this Miraidon. There's lightning and metal onto the Miraidon, and then Miraidon can just start swinging next turn. Holden's got Pokegear, can look at the top 7 cards of his deck, and does not find a supporter. This is horrible for Holden. Absolutely terrible. Holden desperately needs to get something going, and that is not going to help. And then Holden has nothing else in his hand. Just absolutely devastating. Holden could... no, it really... In order to have any chance, Holden would need to use TM Evolution on both Totodile. But both of the Monkey Dory on Holden's bench have rescue boards on them. So they can't use the TM Evolution that Holden has in hand. Holden just has to retreat into Monkey Dory and try to stall with more confusion. Yeah, this is just really, really bad. Yeah, Holden certainly should have gone for the TM Evolution play a little bit earlier if that was a possibility. Try to establish 2 Crocodile, especially with the Pheasantipity EX fully powered up and being able to snipe a Gator every turn. It's just... yeah, really, really brutal. And Tony's going to play Arven for turn. Search out an item and a tool card. Eyeing up Bravery Charm. And potentially one other card. This Joltik Toolbox deck does seem pretty neat, though. How fun is that? It's like an Iron Hands Pikachu deck where you actually use the 30 hit point Joltik to just charge your guys and get moving quickly. Okay, looks like Tony's going to get Pokegear and Bravery Charm. And the Pokegear can potentially find Tony a supporter for next turn. Psychic Energy drop onto the hands. And then Miraidon just getting retreated so that the Pheasantipity EX could just pick off one of those bench Totodile. And Pheasantipity is going for one more. Bravery Charm to Pheasantipity. I have never seen a Pheasantipity go this ham in my life. Yeah, this is crazy for sure. Pheasantipity EX has the Cruel Arrow attack. And it's going to pick off another Pokemon. That's 3 prizes, all with Pheasantipity EX. Half of the game's prizes. And Monkey Dory has to go for confusion again. I mean, just... oh, my goodness. Holden just cannot get anything going. Lone Totodile on the bench. It's got a luxurious cape on it. So the Totodile's got like 170 hit points. Not going to get one hit KO'd, but Holden needs some explosive draw like yesterday, like 3 turns ago. There's Pokegear from Tony. Finds another Arvin. Pretty sure Tony Arvin for gear. And then is going to gear right back into Arvin. So there it is. Yep. And we've got ourselves yet another Arvin. Tony also has, I think, Boss's Orders in hand, but none of it feels exceptional right now. I think Tony just needs to kind of manually attach to the Iron Hands and then just eventually get that Iron Hands going. This is just kind of a funny position for Tony to be in. Arvin for Power Glass is cool. But then anything you put in the active will just get confused by Monkey Dory. So there's that. I wouldn't hate to see a Mew EX grab. I feel like you could kind of retreat into Mew EX attached to your Iron Hands on the bench and then just kind of pass for a turn. And then Mew EX has free retreat, is not in danger of getting like knocked out. Yeah, Totodile is weak to lightning. So if Tony's able to piece together an attack with Iron Hands on the Totodile, Tony will win. That is a 3-prize KO. And I really like this play too. Tony could just retreat into Iron Hands and actually arm press for the knockout. Arm press, the lesser used attack on Iron Hands, does deal out a flat 160, so arm press will clear that Monkey Dory while putting pressure on Holden. Now with one more energy attachment, Tony is going to win the game because Holden can't confuse this Iron Hands, doesn't have a Psychic out in hand. Arm press, 1-hit KOs both Totodile and Monkey Dory. So it looks as if Holden is finally out of options. Yep, and that is game. The concession from Holden, unfortunately, unable to keep that early momentum going with his Feraligatr deck, and he is going to fall to 0-1 as Tony takes the win in round 1 of League Night here at Full Grip Games. Unfortunate for Holden. Tony gonna take the dub. It's a really cool deck, so let's take a look at it. I actually had not seen that list until witnessing it here for the first time. So let's take a look at that over on Limitless and talk about it a little bit, because that is certainly a very cool deck. All right, there we are. Yes, the Monterey Regional Championships. We've got Joltik Box. Tyler Matthews piloted this very cool Joltik Toolbox deck. Thank you, Swizzerton. 2,500 bits. Appreciate you, Swizzerton. Thank you so much for your continued support. Glad you're appreciating and loving the streams. Appreciate you. Thank you. Swizzerton, the 2,500 bits. Thank you. Yeah, this is a crazy deck. So the idea is you're going to use Joltik and that Jolting charge attack, 1 colorless energy Search your deck for up to 2 basic grass and 2 basic lightning energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. You can use that attack to power up Pikachu EX and its Topaz Bolt attack. You could also use it to power up, Miraidon, I guess. You could throw a grass and a lightning on it. You can use it to power up Iron Hands. Iron Hands, amp you very much. Only costs 1 lightning and 3 colorless. So lots of flexibility there with the Joltik attack. And then you've also got Galvantula, right? Grass and a colorless energy. The Shocking Web attack. If this Pokemon has any lightning energy attached, it does 80 more damage. And attacks used by this Pokemon do 50 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon that has an ability. So Galvantula is doing, 180 damage to Pokemon that have abilities. You've also got Iron Leaves with the Prism Edge attack, right? And the Rapid Vernier ability allows you to move energy from your other Pokemon to Iron Leaves. So Iron Leaves can punch in a pinch. And then Maractus. This is cool. Maractus, kind of a strategic card for the deck to be able to employ. It's got the Exploding Needles ability, which if it gets knocked out, you play 6 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. And Corner does 20 damage and makes it so the defending Pokemon cannot retreat next turn. So you can maybe buy time, gust something up, use Corner, and then build up your board. You've got Lily's Clefairy EX with the Full Moon Rondo attack, and we've seen just how good that card is with the ability to one-hit KO Dragapult EX. Is very strong. Latias EX gives the whole deck free retreats. 4 Arven and 4 Boss's Orders, 4 Crispin. That's just kind of crazy. 4 Arven, 4 Boss, 4 Crispin. That is one heck of a supporter lineup. Kind of nuts. Yeah, that is a pretty cool deck. Just 1 Future Booster Energy Capsule because Latias gives the whole deck free retreat, so that's just there for the damage buff on Iron Hands. Got a question in the chat. Do I know how to beat this deck? Yeah. It seems like you're just going to want to play something that doesn't lose easily to Iron Hands. That would be my guess. Yes, you want to play something that doesn't lose to a quick Iron Hands. This kind of seems like you're probably going to have a tough time beating this deck with Gardevoir and Dragapult, because this deck is designed to beat those decks. I would say decks like Raging Bolt seem like they should have a good matchup against this, right? Raging Bolt seems like it should fare pretty well into a deck like that, so long as you have a way to break the sash, or not break the sash, to break Pikachu's ability. You got to play Slitherwing in order to knock out the Pikachu in your Raging Bolt deck, right? But that would be my kind of suggestion, right? Probably Raging Bolt with a Slitherwing just to make sure that you can knock out Pikachu. Well, what did this deck lose to in top 8? Goldengo Dragapult? Yeah. Goldengo Dragapult probably beats it. You could use Dragapult's Phantom Dive in order to place damage counters, or Monkey Dory. You could use Monkey Dory to break the Pikachu. You could use Vengeful Punch to break the Pikachu. So Goldengo is probably a safe bet for beating this deck. The reason why Goldengo is so good is it's got 260 hit points. You can one-hit KO all their best attackers. Seems pretty good. Monkey Dory seems kind of key. Yeah, apparently this deck is all over the TCG Live ladder, which makes sense because it's a new archetype that plays Joltik. I mean, this deck is kind of the new hotness, right? It just kind of showed up at the Monterey Regional Championships. Tyler Matthews piloting it to a top 8 performance, so people want to get their hands on it, see what the deck is all about, and try it out for themselves. So that makes sense. Yeah, with 4 Boss's Orders and a Prime Catcher, it does seem like, you know, if you're playing Raging Bolt with the Noctowl engine, I mean, that could certainly get tough. Well, I mean, but what, are they going to stream Iron Hands? The thing is that if you go like turn 1 Joltik to Iron Hands, and then you bring up Iron Hands and maybe take 2 prizes on a single Noctowl, it's not like you can stream Iron Hands. Like, that's not realistic, right? So that's why I'm saying Raging Bolt should have a good matchup against this deck, because Raging Bolt can just go knockout, knockout, knockout. Right. So like once the hands goes down, it's just kind of lights out for this deck. This deck is not getting 2 Iron Hands going, right? Like there's no baton, there's no generator. That's not like happening, right? So yeah, Raging Bolt should probably beat this deck. Golden Go should probably beat this deck. Anything that just like takes efficient 1-hit KOs on 2 prizers. Sage and Park's been running this, but has experience share over the second charm. Yeah, experience share does seem like it'd be a pretty good card for sure. And at the end of the game, I mean, Blood Moon Ursaluna is a really good card. I think it's just a cool deck. I mean, it's just kind of a big basic deck where you're using Joltik to kind of just get a ton of energy into play. Instead of using like TM Turbo Energize, Joltik actually just gets twice as many energy as TM Turbo Energize. So yeah, Brandon in the chat says he's been kind of rolling this deck with Poison, Archaludon. Yeah, listen, the Turbo Hands deck, I thought Turbo Iron Hands was fake last format, like last year. You know, that deck didn't feel great, kind of seemed a little cheesy. I would say that this deck kind of feels like it's in the same exact position as that deck. Something else that I'm interested to look at is the results from Japanese City Leagues. No, where's my Destined Rivals cards, bro? Where's my Rockets Mewtwo? No Rockets Mewtwo? Don't tell me that Rockets Mewtwo is fake, chat. Don't tell me it's fake. Ain't no way. No one has the Rockets cards? I find that hard to believe. I think there's one win with the Rockets Mewtwo that I saw here. Yeah, one Mewtwo somewhere. It's where are you? It's like I'm probably scrolling past it. Anyways, I did see one. This is Ethan's Ho-Oh Magcargo deck. That's pretty cool. Magcargo's got the Lava Burst attack. Discard up to 5 fire energy from this Pokemon. The attack does 70 damage for each card you discarded. That's a potential 350 damage. It's kind of a lot. You've got the Ethan's Ho-Oh EX. Once during your turn, you can attach up to 2 basic fire energy from your hand to one of your benched Ethan's Pokemon. Has to accelerate from hand, though. Which is why this list is playing 4 Earthen Vessel and 4 Superior Energy Retrieval, right? And then you've got Mew EX and you've got Latias EX. All right. Brandon, you're a Poison Archaludon player, huh? A 12th place list from Isaiah Cheville. The Poison Don. Is Poison Don good or is it trash? What do you guys think, chats? I got to turn the air condition off. When I come back, I want to see some discussion on Poison Archaludon. Is it real or is it fake? Cherubi Jelly says you Carmine away all your resources to miss the donk and then lose. Jolly Flying Man says Carmine is cap, Arvid is better. So the idea of this deck is to just try to get an Itchy Pollen with poison for like a lot. Itchy Pollen, Binding Mochi, Perilous Jungle. Donking Dreepy is sick. Well... sure. Ending the game before you actually have to play the game. The best way to play Pokemon cards. Yeah, I don't know. Seems fine. I mean, Isaiah got top 16 in Atlanta with it. It's a good result. How about the Flareon decks? Are they real or are they fake? I got into NAIC, chats. I did. I got in this morning. I set my alarm last night to sign up for NAIC last night. I set my alarm and I put a calendar notification on my phone, but then I left my phone in the car while I was, like, I got home. I left my phone in the car, and I went to tuck in Mahone Jr. to bed, and then when I went to go look for my phone, it was 8:15, and I already missed Reg. Josh says, what for? LOL, do I remember how to play Standard? Yo, you don't think that I can practice for a tournament and do well in 2025? That's what you think? You don't think that I can You don't think that I can actually invest myself into a format and learn how to play it? That's what you think? Well, well, well. I have at least one person to prove wrong then. I'm washed up. Well, yeah, because I'm not practicing. But if I practiced... I'll probably be a beast. All right. Well, now you guys have got me wanting to prove you all wrong. What, I top 8'd a regional last season. I top 8'd a regional last season, guys. How fast does this happen? Like, how... I top 32'd Worlds in 2023. I top 8'd a regional last year. You guys are crazy, bro. You guys are crazy. Yeah. All of that happened in 2024 and 2023. Since you became a dad, Mahone, you haven't proved anything. And to that, you are correct, because becoming a father did definitely impact my my desire to sweat it out over standard format on the Pokemon TCG live or whatever. So, yeah, I do have dad brain. However, you know, whatever. We'll see how it goes at NAIC, okay? This is my only event of the year. I have not attended a single event. I will have you know that I won the 2006 side event. All right, it's time to go. I won the 2006 side event at the Full Grip Games Journey Together 4K. Okay, I'll have you know. I won that. The 2006 side event, I won that, okay? And 2006 is a format defined by skill. A format defined by skillful navigation. All right, we've got round 2 going on right now here at Full Grip. Oh man, you guys are gonna make me. You're gonna make me try hard. Don't make me try hard, guys. Don't make me try hard. All right, so we've got round 2 going up now, and we've got Chase on the left. And we've got Jim on the right. Cool, we're rolling. Let's go. Dang, you guys are going to make me like log into TCG Live and actually practice heading up to NAIC. Viper Venom says, I was looking through your old videos and loved the one where you did a VOD review of your World's Night March deck. You ever think you'll do more of those? I don't know. Be honest, don't know. Maybe, but also maybe not. I've got lots of video projects that I want to do, lots of different kind of I have lots of different kinds of like videos that I want to make right now, and I'm not gonna lie, like that kind of video is not like that's not on like the top of my list as far as kinds of videos that I want to make. But I do appreciate you telling me that you enjoyed that. I've gotten quite a few comments that people really like that video. All right, we got Hops Zashi and EX. Gonna come in, knock out that Dreepy turn 1, place 3 damage counters on the bench Dreepy. I know. Did any of you guys watch the coin flip video? Was that not sick? Was the coin flip video not awesome? That coin flip video is like one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I think that video is a ton of fun. I just did a I'm kind of like reimagining how I'm creating videos and content for the main channel on Tricky Jim though, so do stay tuned there. I've got some new videos and kind of concepts coming. Something I've been asking myself is like, how can I, now that I'm not creating like regular gameplay content on like TCG Live or whatever, like how can I create standard content that's like meaningful? How can I create standard content that like is interesting for people, right? So I've got a video that I really like that I just filmed this morning with Ben Morse before we went live. It's a YouTube exclusive. We didn't stream it. But I think it's going to give you an idea of maybe the kinds of standard content that I want to create going forward. So like, I do like, the idea of like talking through plays and like helping people figure out their routes and stuff like that. So, so I think that the video that I'm going to release on Gardevoir EX should be pretty fun. Yeah, I've got a Gardevoir video coming out probably next week. And I know a lot of people really like the very sweaty, serious content, and that's my hope in streaming the tournaments, is that like you get to see the most sweaty, serious gamer stuff through all the tournaments that I create and the tournaments that I host and stuff like that, and that you could see the top tier strategies play out and talked about through the tournaments. But then I'm also just like I'm feeling very inspired and having a lot of fun creating the more lighthearted content right now, and it's stuff that I'm really passionate about, because it's like it's really made it so that I'm just like having a lot of fun with the game. And I think when I'm having fun with the game, that kind of attitude is contagious, right? So the videos that I've been making for like Tricky Hideout, like that's just been so much fun. Getting to brew and kind of like create new and wacky decks and do all that stuff, that's been really rewarding for me. So I'm just having a lot of fun with that. I feel like I get to kind of use all the things that I've learned throughout my years playing the Pokémon TCG. And getting to kind of see strategies play out in a different way than usual has just been a lot of fun. So I've really been enjoying that. All right, Chase has got Dracloak, Recon Directive. Another prize card taken. Yes. And Chase has got a hand full of Iono. The thing that is really kind of like burned me out on creating like the daily standard content or whatever is that you're creating content. It's like you're spending all of your time creating content that has no shelf life. So you're just like, you're spending all your time and energy in creating a like, I've really gotten kind of burned out on that, on the concept of like spending every day working on videos or whatever that like nobody will watch in 2 weeks because the content is already moot, right? The content is already irrelevant. Like I'm like completely, I understand that like, of course there is an audience for that, for like just the daily kind of like the daily constantly updating toil and grind of like standard format. But as someone who has created that kind of standard format content for like, I don't know, 6 years, I am a little bit, it's kind of depressing to like look back at all the work that you've done and be like, if I stopped creating standard content, if all I do is create standard content, right? If all I do is I create standard content and then one day I just like can't make standard content anymore, or I like have to stop or whatever, then not a single thing that I've made is like worth watching in the next couple of months, right? It's like all the years that I've spent making standard content, if I just stop making it, nothing that I've made is worth watching anymore. That depresses me like a lot. You know what I'm saying? That makes me very depressed. The concept of like creating content that's just supposed to be kind of like chewed up and spit out and then becomes irrelevant almost as soon as you make it. So like I'm making less of that kind of stuff now. And I want to make more kind of videos that you could watch in 5 years and would be really cool to watch. So that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that I like spending my time on now. A video that you could watch in 5 years and it would still be really cool. Very few of the videos that I've ever made or had time to make on Tricky Jim are worth watching years later, right? Because it's like there's strategies that aren't relevant anymore, or like decks that are in card pools that don't exist anymore. Yeah, Jim's got like this very cool Iron Valiant Hops Zashi and EX deck. I'm loving what Jim's got going on. It's super sick. But yeah, I think I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm just trying out new and different stuff with my TCG, you know, content creation, and I'm happy with this. I'm really happy with the stuff that I've been making lately, and you know, and I think it's cool. So I'm liking it, and I like the personality driven angle of my videos. I like that, you know, I have guests on the channel and get to talk with them about plays and decks and things like that. And I kind of see that as being the kind of angle that I am passionate about and want to pursue in the next, I don't know, in the next couple years. That's just like kind of the stuff that I see myself making. But you know, as a content creator, you have to keep evolving. You got to keep pushing yourself. You got to keep trying new things, or else you just stagnate, right? And I kind of felt myself stagnating with the TCG Live, you know, standard toil, day in, day out, standard toil. So I felt myself stagnating in that regard, and that's when I knew I had to mix it up. All right, Jim's got just 3 prizes left to Chase's 6. And Chase doesn't have an awful lot to show for it. I mean, there is 70 damage on a benched Mew EX, and that's it? Yeah, that seems kind of brutal. However, this unfair stamp could hit extra hard, as Jim doesn't have any stability on board right now. So, and by that I just mean there's literally no Pheasantipity on the bench. So we'll see what Jim gets off these 2, and it's not looking great. However, the Jet Energy, the Hopsashian's not getting knocked out either. Right? Hopsashian. The card's got 230 hit points. So then what does Chase even do about this? Gotta blow up the active. That gives your opponent a prize. Right? Right after you set them to 2, now you're giving them an extra card, which feels bad. Chase is in a situation where if this Dragapult goes down, he kind of just loses, though. Like literally, because if he blows up one of these Dusknoir, he'll only have 2 prizes. Jim will only have 2 prizes left, so. I mean, it's possible for Chase to take 4 prizes right now. Could use Dusknoir, blow up Mew. Could use Dusclops to knock out, the Zacian. So Jim takes a prize there. There goes Clops, Curse Blast. Future Booster. Energy Capsule there. Chase using a Recon. No, already used Recon Directive. Now Chase deciding whether or not to blow up the Mew. The Mew is like is the onboard stability for Jim. I mean, so Jim can use Mew's restart ability so long as Chase doesn't blow it up. But if Chase does blow it up, then it is +1 card. And it looks like Chase is not going to blow it up. So then that gives Jim an opportunity to use Mew's restart to draw into the game-winning cards here. Jim just has to take a single knockout. Well, not a single knockout. Has to take a knockout on this Dragapult. So Jim just has to do 120 damage and he wins. That's it. Can he piece together 120 damage? All right, Psychic Energy to the Valiant. That seems... Oh, no! Jim's gonna lose! So you have to like leave the Mew active and pass. And that is the correct move, to leave the Mew active. Chase has got Ultra Ball, because if the Ultra Ball for Hawlucha, if the Mew goes to the bench, then Dragapult can finish it off, and Chase can use Dusknoir to help blow up whatever's in the active, and Dragapult to finish off the bench. So, I mean, if Chase has Boss's Orders this turn, he wins. I think? Yes. Yes, if he has Boss's Orders, he wins. He's still got 4 prizes left to take. Boss's Orders are like Counter Catcher or something would win. Can't draw with Fez. Knockout wasn't taken. All right. Things are close. Here's Hawlucha. Can ping 10 damage to 2 bench Pokemon. All right, Dusknoir will knock out the Mew, but now Jim has to send up Snorlax. That is correct. Yup. And then Chase can use Research. If he finds Counter Catcher, it's over. And the last card is Counter Catcher. And just like that, Chase has got the win with Dragapult. Because of the 10 damage, placed with the Hawlucha, Counter Catcher, the last card off of the Research. Absolutely nuts. And Chase will advance to 2-0 with Dragapult. Wow, what an absolutely nuts finale to that game. I thought for sure that Jim was going to be able to pull that one out. He had a very commanding lead in that match, but the power of Dragapult, EX, and Dusknoir proved to be too much for Jim to overcome after an unfair stamp to low there towards the end of the game. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. GG's. Wow. Yeah, that was an awesome finish there. And good on Chase for finding his route. It looked like Chase was for sure losing that game. I mean, really had his back up against the wall there. So, yeah, huge finish. Huge finish. All right, well, now that I'm going to NAIC and I know that Twitch chat thinks that I'm so washed that I shouldn't even bother paying to play in the tournament, well, now I need to start thinking about what deck I'm going to play. Goodness gracious, chatters. You know, like, JW is never even top 64 at a national tournament, okay? I have top 8'd one, and I've top 64'd one, and you guys are giving me the crap. Me. JW is never even top 64 to an IC, okay? I've top 8'd one. What do you want from me? Man, you guys. Ridiculous. But what have you done this year? Nothing, because I haven't gone to a single event. I top 8'd the last regional I went to. And won the 06 side event at that regional too. All right. Some people are saying, the streets are saying that Andrew Mahone is the modern 06 GOAT. I'm just saying, not many people have 2 2006 side event wins under their belts, okay, in 2025. I'm just saying, this is just what the streets are saying. The streets are saying that Andrew Mahone is the 2006 side event GOAT. I mean, that's the modern 2006 side event GOAT. That's what I'm just saying. People are saying this. It's not me. I'm not the one saying it. Other people are saying it. Yeah, there's other people. Other people are saying this. Not me. It's not me saying it. Other people are saying it. Okay, let's see. You're telling me you're going to look at this Limitless page, which doesn't even have my regional win on it, and you're going to say this guy with this sexy ass looking, wait, did I say that? With this sexy looking Limitless page, you're going to say that this guy can't do it. This guy can't train for an event and do well. That's what you're going to say? That's what you're going to say to me? That's what you're going to say? All right. Let's see. Let's find an NAIC deck. Shall we? I never got top 8 at Worlds. Yeah, I bubbled out of top 8 at Worlds. All right. Now, how many people can say that? Yeah. I bubbled out of top 8 at Worlds. That's pretty impressive. They don't even let you bubble out of top 8 at Worlds anymore. They do asymmetrical cut. For all the softies out there, they do asymmetrical cut. Yeah, because people couldn't bear to bubble out of top 8 of Worlds like they used to. Back in my day, you didn't get a chance to compete in top 8. Okay. Let's see. What kind of decks are they playing in Japan? In Japan, they're playing in our Destined Rivals format already. Raging Bolt still good. Gardevoir still good. It's probably just worth it to become really goated at Gardevoir, right? Gardevoir just seems like the BDIF. I think the new Joltik deck is fake. Now this deck seems so cool, man. Turbo Hop Zacian. There's 2 TM Devolutions in here. Listen, the chat cannot simultaneously tell me that I need to do well at NAIC and then also tell me to play Mamoswine. Those two things do not go together, okay? Yeah, this deck is probably not real, unfortunately. But God, I wish it was. Thank you, Cry Benua, for the Prime sub in the 5 months. Appreciate you. Thank you. I need to play Mamoswine. Oh, okay. Miraidon Pikachu. Oh, there's Joltik deck right there. I think the Joltik deck is about as serious as Turbo Iron Hands was last year. And I did not have any respect for Turbo Iron Hands last year. So that's kind of like what I'm... That stream was like 3 studios ago. How long ago was this? This stream was 3 studios ago. It's true. Oh, man. Yeah, that was literally 3 studios ago. I rewatch this stream every year. Brings me joy. Yeah, that's hype. All right, I need to do more retro stuff. Honestly, my overlay was kind of nuts back then. Let's see. Where did I post my? I've got. Is it on LibSky? Let's see. Did I post my 06 deck on LibSky? No, I did not. I don't post anymore, man. I got the 06 BDIF though, okay? Oh, yeah, that's right. I posted it on Truth Truth Social. I mean, Twitter is also, yeah, just totally a heinous platform. So like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of like just not, like, genuinely not enjoying social media anymore. I hate it. I think social media is just so, it's gross, man. It makes me feel gross. Being on it, using it, posting on it, all of it makes me just feel gross. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. The algorithm trying to like suss out what I'm interested in. You know, get out of here. Get out of my brain, algorithm. It's all a marketing thing now. It used to be fun. I know, right? I know. Social media did used to be fun. It's just not anymore, man. It's time to migrate back to the forum. Well, like, literally, yes. So, like, the thing that I post on now is just my Discord. That's where I post. Is on Discord. Because that, to me, seems like it's more akin to the old forums and stuff like that, right? And I just really enjoy that pace of internet. I really enjoy that pace and style of internet interaction. The kind that you get on Discord. That Discord just seems like, I don't know. That's what I've been enjoying. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that like the Pokemon card people, they all yap it up on X, but like I don't really feel like I've been missing anything. But then again, I can just ask my friends what's going on. So like I'm somewhat privileged in that regard. It is kind of funny though to hear people who are dialed into social media be like, "Oh, did you hear about this is happening?" And it's always like total BS and like nothing. Not anything that matters, right? Oh, did you hear about this? And it's like more... I don't know that I've actually like missed something pertinent that I cared about happening. It's always like I missed some BS about people I don't care about. And then there's like... And then anything truly cursed that happens on anything truly cursed that happens on X, well, like, then my friends post it in the Discord chat. So, like, then I get to see it anyways. And then I wish that I hadn't seen it because it's truly cursed. Let's see. PTCGlegends.com. I don't know. The BDIF for 06 is the Dragtrode is the BDIF for 06. It's just Dragtrode. BDIF, disgusting broken deck. It's as good as it gets. Incredible deck. I don't know. I think the list that I posted is somewhere on the list that I've been playing is posted somewhere on PTCG Legends. I also think it's on. I have all of my deck lists like online somewhere. Also, I don't know. Natalie has them like all of our retro decks are cataloged online. So yeah, I'm personally. I don't think that this deck seems like. I don't think the Joltik deck seems like all that. It seems fine. But it seems like kind of a response to the way that the meta is taking shape, but I don't know that it... This deck does not have, like, the versatility to survive. What did I used to say? I used to say the deck could not survive, I don't know. The deck is not going to survive being teched against and stuff. Doesn't have any fortitude, you know? It just preys on slow Polt and Guardy decks. That's exactly it. It's not real. The deck is not real. That's what I'm saying. Not a real deck. Mid deck suffering from mid. I want to play Flareon. You guys think I can play? Think I can play Flareon to NAIC and win? This is the deck my heart is telling me to play. Yeah. Because it's funny. Can I please play the funny deck, chat? Angelite. Choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and shuffle. You shuffle all of them. Yeah, what did I think we got 19 players, by the way, tonight, so it's going to be 5 rounds. All right, one person. Okay, I take it, everything I said about X.com, I take it back. There was one post that I was happy that my wife Natalie showed me from X.com. And it was like Fernando Cifuentes like posted a picture of himself with his girlfriend, and like someone retweeted it and said, "I'm sorry, Fernando, I was not familiar with your game." All right, take it back. There's like that kind of see, but people will just show me that. Okay, somebody will show me that, and then I don't actually have to be on X.com in order to like experience humor like that. So, you know, that's fine. I don't actually have to be on X for that. I can just depend on people to show me the content. So what's up with the Blissey? This deck seems insane. What's wrong with this deck? It's Blissey. You swing for 180. You've got 4 Monkey Dory. This is just a Blissey deck. His struggles with Guardian Bolt. Free riding off the social media consumption of your friends and family. Yeah, that's true. I played Goldengo to NAIC last year. I could just run it back for one more. After all, why not? Nah, Goldengo doesn't isn't unfair enough. I wish Goldengo was more did you guys see that last game with Chase and how disgusting it was that he was able to march back after that big of a deficit? Goldengo could never do that. All right, we've got round 3 going up. Let's go. We've got round 3 going up now. Zach Pra and Zach Nolan. The Zach mirror. Well, let's go, chatters. The Zach mirror. Round number 3. I know Zach Pra is very excited to pilot Blacephalon GX at our Sun and Moon to Lost Thunder tournament happening this Saturday. Zach played a lot of Blacephalon GX back when that deck was standard legal. So apparently there is some conspiracy amongst our local player base that they do not want to let Zach win with Blacephalon. They say Zach has done enough winning locals with Blacephalon in their lifetime, and they do not wish to see it again. So I'm looking forward to seeing that that storyline play out this Saturday in our Sun and Moon to Lost Thunder tournament. And I respect Zach's commitment to playing decks like Raging Bolt, okay? Zach, they love Raging Bolt. And before Raging Bolt, they loved Blacephalon GX. That's what I'm saying. They're about it. And you got to respect that. That's just how nice is it to not wonder what deck you're going to play for a tournament? That's the best feeling in the world. Yeah, we've got a Bolt mirror. Yo, that is hype. It's the best feeling when you just are not even You're not even worried about like what deck you're going to play because you already know what deck you're going to play because it's the only deck you play. Because it's the only deck you play. Yeah. It's kind of nice. Oh, heck yeah. Dave Cook got you 60 locked in for Saturday. Got some folks hyped to play some lot. Heck yeah, dude. I can't wait. I'm very excited. We've got ourselves not only... This is the mirror to end all mirrors, chat. We've got ourselves the Zach mirror playing a Raging Bolt mirror. This is so sick. Who do you guys think is going to win? Is it going to be Zach or is it going to be Zach? Is it going to be Raging Bolt? Guys, I think Zach's going to win this one with Raging Bolt. What do you think? Personally, I think Zach has this with Raging Bolt. I think Raging Bolt is going to win round 3. Let's bet on this. Let's freaking bet on this, man. All right, you guys have got 2 minutes to bet your tricky points. Who is going to win? Is it going to be Zach with Raging Bolt or Zach with Raging Bolt? All right, who is going to win? Both players got their squawks out. Both players rocking out with the squawk out. We've got a teal mask. And then here comes an earthen vessel for a couple of energy. It looks like the viewers are really thinking that Zach with Raging Bolt has got this one. 94,000 tricky points for Zach with Raging Bolt and 39,000 for the underdog, Zach with Raging Bolt, the underdog. Crazy that Zach with Raging Bolt can be both the favorite and the underdog. First teal dance, and then this should just be like a real shootout, right? I mean, that's just like what the Raging Bolt mirror comes down to, is like who takes the first 2 prizes. Zach's got knocked out, plenty of energy in play. This all seems pretty good. I gotta say, yeah, I'm feeling like Zach is in a very dominant position right now. Thanks Chicken Strip 40 for the sub and the 73 months. Tricky Jim legend right there. Appreciate you, Chicken Strip. 73 months. And what a 73 months it's been. Thank you. All right, Zach's going to get Crispin and Prime Catcher. Lightning energy to the bolts. And then Prime Catcher will switch that fat Hoot Hoot out of the active spot. It's got a retreat cost of 2. Kind of a chunker. And then Zach doing the right thing, chasing down the energy and targeting Teal Mask Ogerpon. Got an extra energy drop for turn, and then Zach can just discard all those energy off of the active Raging Bolts. Take this knockout, and I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Looks like maybe one from the bench. Okay. I think I would have liked to see all three go from the active, but I would be shocked if this Raging Bolt does not go down this turn, right? Yeah, I know. Zach Nolan plays a lot of control. I actually can't believe that Zach Nolan is playing a deck like Raging Bolt. This seems very out of character. I know. Zach Nolan loves control. So, yeah, it is funny to see. All right, chatters. We've got a dead even prediction right now. God, the chatters are absolutely divided. I've never seen a prediction this close. Look. This is contested. 94,000 tricky points that Zach with Raging Bolt's going to win it. And then 98,000, formerly the underdog, Zach with Raging Bolt 2, now looking to be the favorite. Crazy. All right. And Zach will tie it up, 4-4 prizes. And you know what? Maybe Zach saw something that I didn't see, because it looks like Zach is actually getting rewarded for keeping that extra energy on the Raging Bolts. It makes sense. Raging Bolt is much more difficult to knock out than a Teal Mask Ogerpon. Teal Mask only requires 3 energy get discarded. Raging Bolt requires 4, so less effort there. And it looks like Zach maybe wants to maximize the amount of energy they're going to get in play with this Sada. So benching the Slitherwing, and then we'll use Sada's Vitality to get an energy from the discard pile onto the active Bolt and the benched Slitherwing. And then Zach's going to need one more energy attachment. They've got it in hand already. And it looks like energy just going to the active. And I guess, okay, knocking out the Teal Mask is actually kind of relevant too, because knocking out Teal Mask means that you can't use Jewel Seeker, right? So I think that might have been Zach's hope, is that maybe by knocking out the lone Teal Mask, maybe they would miss a Jewel Seeker or something like that. And Zach's got Jewel Seeker. And it looks like Zach is playing Iono. So he could use Iono to disrupt the hand potentially. But then if they use Iono, they're not going to be able to get enough energy into play this turn to take a knockout. Also looks like Zach has an Area 0 Underdepths in his hand and maybe doesn't want to give that up. Blood Moon, okay, but Blood Moon could do it with an Iono. It could be a Blood Moon Iono turn. Since Zach only has 2 prizes remaining, and it looks like that's exactly what Zach's going to go for. Nest Ball and Iono. Nest Ball grabs Blood Moon. And then Iono will set Zach's hand to just 2 cards. Night Stretcher will find grass. And here we go. It's Iono time. And honestly, Zach Nolan has done a great job kind of picking apart Zach Praw's board. The Teal Mask was eliminated. Now off of an Iono to 2. I mean, there's a Slitherwing there, though, and Slitherwing can just one-shot this Blood Moon. So if Zach draws into something good off this Pheasantipity, Zach's going to be able to make this magic happen quite easily. All right, there's Earthen Vessel. Can thin first. And then now, with Earthen Vessel, all Zach needs to do is find Sada's Vitality, and this game is over. Slitherwing's got the Burning Turbulence attack. 120 damage. Wait, does it take the knockout? No. It doesn't. Oh, it burns. It does. It actually just barely takes, because it burns. I thought it poisoned. Yeah, it burns. Okay, so it does. Yes, with the burn. So the burn, it would get there. Yes, Burning Turbulence. So it would do 240 with weakness. And then Zach's also got Nest Ball for Mew. But now, because of the Mew Nest Ball, see, I almost... this is tough. It's like, because now Jewel Seeker is not an out, right? Mew for 2? Energy. Yeah, I don't know about the Mew. I almost would rather see Fez first. Because then you can Nest Ball for a... That it's a whiff! It's a whiff, folks. Yeah, I do think that I would have liked to see Zach go Fez first. And it's just got to be a stomp off. Discard 1. All right. Zach Nolan. Now, I mean, if Zach Nolan had Prime Catcher, he would just win. He's got an energy switch here. But Zach Nolan doesn't really have anything going on either. Both Noctowl, evolved up, no juice in this hand. And I think Zach Nolan is thinking that he has to retreat this Blood Moon. And Blood Moon's got a fat retreat cost. Blood Moon's retreat cost is 3. So with Energy Switch... Ah, that's it. Just passes with the Blood Moon active. And Zach Pra will emerge victorious here in round 3. That was close. Things did get really tight there coming down the stretch. And Zach Nolan was able to Iono, Blood Moon, and that made the game really close. Zach Praw did miss for a turn, but then Zach Nolan was unable to capitalize on the turn that he bought. And that is the game. So just so you guys know, all right, we're taking a look. Let's see. I'm gonna show you the desktop real quick. Yes. So who will win, Zach with Raging Bolt or Zach with Raging Bolt? Obviously, blue meant left and pink meant right. I mean, that was obvious to me, but like, I don't know. Hopefully that was also obvious to all of you guys as well. It seemed extraordinarily self-evident. Yes, of course. Of course. That's the way it went. Of course. All right, I need to find a standard deck. You're telling me I can't just play Chen Pao anymore? As of this morning, I'm going to NAIC, so. Now, I was going to go to NAIC regardless because I've got to film the ending of my documentary, which I'm very excited about. But yes, I need to find a new deck to become obsessed with. The last deck I was obsessed with was Chen Pao. Just play Dragapult? No. There's going to be a million Dragapult there. I don't want to be one of the normies playing Dragapults. I need to play something unique. Oh, yeah. Mewtwo. Like Mewtwo Spidops. You telling me only one Mewtwo Spidops deck has won a City League since release? That's crazy. What is the Rillab? Ain't no way. Festival lead. No. No, that's not real. Absolutely not. I need to play a rocket deck, even if it's bad. I wish I could play a rocket deck and also do well, but it doesn't look as if those things are going to be compatible. Yeah. No rocket decks. No rocket decks in any of the City Leagues results. And not from lack of being played. Like, here's a Spidops Crobat deck. None of these decks are calling my name, you know? I guess I'm just going to have to make my own deck. I know. Jesse, I'm not impressed with any of these decks that standard format have to offer. We're just going to have to make our own broken deck. Because I'm not digging any of these. This all looks like trash to me. The entire standard format. looks unappealing. What's wrong with me? Why do I hate everything? Why does everything look like Garbo? Everything looks like Garbo. The only deck that looks cool to me is this deck, and I know it's bad. This deck is so bad, but God, I wish it was good. The rocket bomb. Okay. That's crazy. Flip a coin of heads, put 2 damage. Okay, yeah, that's sauce, actually. Yeah, that's hype. That's hype. That's hype. Yeah. Uh-huh. You just go rocket bomb, insta strike. Yeah, the rocket bomb is cool. Oh, Jesse, I need to get sweaty for NAIC, man. I need to be locked in like a week before NAIC, though. Like, I am not doing an ounce of testing at New Orleans. So, like, that needs to be clear. I feel like our testing group needs to be, like, set at least a week before the event. Yeah, I don't know. Testing at the venue ain't no way. Yeah, no more procrastination. God, maybe I'll actually just have to log into TCG Live and test. All right, how many weeks do we have? We've got like almost 2 months. That's a healthy amount of time. And okay, so this is big. I mean, the Full Grip Destined Rivals 6K is happening before NAIC too. So like, I will get to witness the format being played out at the Full Grip Games Destined Rivals 6K. So that will probably help me narrow things down. Which, by the way, registrations are going fast. So if you're interested in testing out the North American International Championship formats before NAIC, absolutely make sure to check it out. We've got a $3,000 cash standard event happening Saturday, May 31st, and a $3,000 Gym Leader Challenge event happening Sunday, June 1st. It's going to be the first Western event with cards from Destined Rivals legal, happening right here in Akron, Ohio. So definitely check that out if you're, looking to take a trip to Akron, or if you're in the regional area. And it's certainly going to be an incredible event, much like our Journey Together 4K was, but this time with $2,000 more cash on the line for top finishers. And that is cash, folks, not store credit. That is cash prizing. $6,000 being given away that weekend here in Akron. And Riley is going to be joining me here in the casting booth again as we commentate over an awesome weekend of Pokemon TCG content. So, can't wait for that. That is going to really help. I think it's definitely going to help. What's the Raging Bolt versus Gardevoir matchup like? Guardy is favored versus Raging Bolt. We should just play Gardevoir. Gardevoir just seems like the BDIF. Someone tell me why Gardevoir is not just the best deck in the format. This format and next. I'm all ears. Yeah, Gardevoir just seems like the easy BDIF. It's not fun to play. It seems fun to me. I've played Gardevoir. Old Gardevoir I've played a lot of. How hard could it be? You've got Monkey Dory. You've got Badoo. It doesn't even seem like it's a deck that's hard to play fast enough anymore because you just you don't have refinement anymore. So it's like you play your Iono and that's kind of it, or you play your research and that's kind of it. It's not. It doesn't seem nearly as slow as it used to be. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like, all right, my early favorite, just Guardy, dude. Like, yeah. 4 research, 4 Iono, 4 Night Stretcher. Broken. This deck is broken, guys. Seems nuts. 2 Rare Candy, Secret Box, 3 Monkey Dory, 3 Bravery Charm. Craziness. Yeah, this is the sick nasty right here. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this list looks phenomenal. And screw Arvin, man. Yeah, I'm about this list right here. Arvin sucks. And you know why Arvin sucks? Because item lock exists. So you know what Arvin does when item lock is happening? Nothing, actually. Like literally nothing. So this list is perfect because it's the anti-item lock list. Nah, Arvin seems like it is kind of a it's a card that is much less impactful now that Badoo's everywhere. No, Jesse, I'm not on Twitter. I don't see these kinds of things, man. Ricky over on YouTube says, I should play Chen Pao at NAIC? That seems ill-advised. That does seem ill-advised. Yeah, I don't know that I could see that. But yeah, this... All right, this is where my testing for NAIC starts, right here. That deck just seems broken. Was the Rockets Mimikyu just copies a... This list definitely needs some Rockets Bomb. Oh, for sure. You just copy a Terra. Yeah, Rockets Mewtwo doesn't seem very good, I'll be honest. No, now that I'm kind of like thinking about the format critically, like you have to get all these Spide Ops into play. Yeah, no, that definitely sucks. Sorry, guys. The Rockets Mewtwo deck is definitely really bad. Yeah. Sorry. Hate to burst your bubble. It's definitely not good. I actually think that like Rockets Crobat seems better than Rockets Mewtwo, like unironically. All right, we're playing Wheezing to NAIC, dude. 40 damage for each Pokemon in play with coughing or wheezing in its name. 6 times 4, that's not nearly enough, man. What the heck? If your whole board is wheezing, you're telling me you're not even doing 300 damage? If this Pokemon is in the action spot and takes damage from an opponent's attack, search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon with coughing in their names. You can play Area 0, Pikachu EX, and the Rockets Wheezing and 151 Wheezing lines. I know, yeah, I know. But that still seems bad. Yeah, that seems really bad. No, yeah, all right, the Wheezing's bad. All right, we're playing Shock Lock to NAIC. Yeah, we're playing Rock Lock. I'm sorry, Rock Lock, not Shock Lock. We're playing Rock Lock to NAIC, guys. Okay. So first, I'm going to Rare Candy into Tyranitar, and then I'm going to Rare Candy into Rockets Ampharos, and I'm going to have just a bunch of Rockets Ampharos. Oh, yeah, I don't even need to Rare Candy into Rockets Tyranitar because I could just Explosive Awakening into it. We're going to, boom, Explosive Awakening into Rockets Tyranitar. That's turn 2 Sandstream. All right, and we're going to start Sandstreaming. It's horrible. It can't. Two damage counters. This needed to say like 8 damage counters. Okay. In order to be standard relevant in 2025, that needed to say like put 8 damage counters. If it was going to be standard playable, it needed to say like 8. Iron Hands is the remedy for the Gardevoir sickness. Rocket Skullbat is so cool, but why is it the same ability that was printed in like literally 2015? Like if you want an idea, like this ability was very good in 2014. Yeah, this ability was like nuts 11 years ago. 11 years ago. Yeah, it was crazy 11 years ago. It was so good. But in 2025, there's a lot of inflation to keep up with, man. Best I can do is 10 more hit points. Yeah, best I can do is 10 HP. How about that? No. And then, like, you got to figure the power level of this card just doesn't keep up with modern times, because you consider a card like Iron Valiant, right? And look, like Iron Valiant, this card places 2 damage counters. And it's a basic. So why would you ever play Rocket's Golbat? That's just kind of what it is, right? The Rocket set is like cool and nostalgic, but it's not actually good, unfortunately. And this is the thing, is that I wanted to do a set review because I kind of feel like I've been missing doing my set reviews on YouTube. I wanted to do a set review for Journey Together, but like, what kind of set review is it if I'm just like, this whole set is bad? And then, am I going to do a set review for the Rocket set and be like, the whole set is bad? Like, that just, it's kind of like a vibe killer, you know? So I don't really want to do a set review like that. It just seems negative. I'd rather not. I mean, honestly, the set reviews would just, and then people would be mad because it's like, in your set review, all you do is talk about Gym Leader Challenge. And I'm like, well, yeah. Yeah. Yo, YRG say GLC best format. Let's freaking go. That's what's up. I've been saying this. Looks like players are still wrapping up their rounds. Here at League, quite a few players still playing. Yeah, GLC is coming out on live tomorrow afternoon, about 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, bro, like how'd they print the same exact ability from 2014? And then Crobat, I mean, yeah, Crobat EX. I feel like you're kind of currently Live's matchmaking is pretty broken. Alrighty then. Jester asking, am I not going to apply Zacian bet? Am I not going to try Zacian bets? Doesn't Zacian just seem better with isn't Zacian just better with Valiant? Like, Valiant is better than the Crobat line. It's so much less space. Valiant's just better by a lot. Right? It's got to be. You could do it turn 1. It's a basic. Yeah, Valiant just has to be better than the Rocket's like Crobat stuff, which is unfortunate, but it's just kind of the truth. Because you have to invest so much deck space. Yeah, Pokemon just, it ain't what it used to be, folks. You can't play a slow strategy like that anymore. Like, this is a cool callback to like And I have a lot of nostalgia, obviously, for this card because I mean I won a regional championship with that card, right? I mean, yeah, this was like these guys were my homies. This was my deck. Landorus EX Crobat. I mean, that was my thing. I loved it. But you gotta just admit it. It's like, yeah, 11 years of power creep. That's not happening anymore. Like, yeah, 11 years ago, this was broken. But you got to look at like 11 years ago. All right, because they printed this thing in 1999, right? And then 15 years later, they doubled up its power level. 2 damage counters instead of 1. And then 10 years later, it's just like, you know, the minimum wage in our country. It's stagnated. Inflation's still happening, but everybody's still making the same amount of money, except for the richest people, which are making more than they ever have, hand over fist. And in this analogy, the EX Pokemon are the richest people. Okay, so the rich get richer. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Do you picking up what I'm putting down? You get it? You following? All right, folks. I'll be right back. I will be right back with round number 4 here at League Nights. Players are getting ready for round 4 now. So I will take a quick break. I'll be right back with round 4 momentarily. All right, here we go. Getting started with round 4. We've got a pair of 2 and 1 players. Jordan Wilson on the left versus Thad Wayand on the right. And it looks like Thad may be hip to the Turbo Joltik deck as well. How fun. Oh, everybody wants to play Turbo Joltik. This deck looks to be the new hotness right now after its performance recently. And here we go. I've got the overlay updated. Jordan Wilson against Thad Wand. Both players 2-1, competing for spots in top 4 of league. And it looks like Thad is wasting no time getting set up. Has Miraidon, Tandem Unit. We've got an Iron Hands and a Joltik. A little 30 hit point Joltik. Thank you, Lil Will, for that sub in the 77 months. Thank you, Lil Will, for the continued support over the years. Appreciate you. Looks like the gear will find boss's orders, and it makes sense that Thad is playing the gear preemptively because he's staring down a Joltik. Or not a Joltik, a Badoo. Joltik is staring down Badoo. 2 little 30 hit point Pokemon, but they both can have a profound impact on the game. Badoo has got the Itchy Pollen attack, which is free and will make it so that Thad cannot play any items from his hand next turn. And let's see what Jordan's playing. Oh, Jordan is playing Gardevoir. Okay. So we'll get to see just how this matchup plays out. And I am interested to see how this matchup goes. Guardy versus the Turbo Hands deck. Can Guardy overcome a quick, efficient Iron Hands? Let's see. Earthen Vessel. Looks like Jordan's going to take some time to leaf through his deck. Figure out what he has access to. He's got 1 Psychic Energy, and I imagine maybe it'll just be 2 Psychic Energy. Yep. And then Nest Ball, but really nothing else going on in this hand. So that is a little bit tough. Nest Ball for 2 Ralts, and then it's kind of like a top deck and chill situation. You're just kind of hoping that the top deck provides. Yo, and huge thanks to TV Boy over on YouTube. I did watched your video on YouTube on GLC TV. I watched your video where you talked about all the cards that were not going to be available in the Sun and Moon on Gym Leader Challenge card pool. And looks like you just had you just posted a link to 20 plus decks in the Tricky Gym Discord adapted for the Sun and Moon on format. So huge thank you to TV Boy. That's a huge help for a lot of people. I'm sure there's a lot of people that'll be interested to see how they can adapt their decks for the Sun and Moon on truncated Gym Leader Challenge format. So huge thank you for your efforts there. Thad should absolutely put 1 lightning on the Thank you, Thad. I was gonna say do the 2 grass to the Iron Hands, 1 lightning to the Miraidon. Yeah, because the Iron Hands really only needs 1. Yeah, this is fine too. Yep, something like that. Definitely not both lightning to the Iron Hands. Happy to see Thad kind of make that correction there. And I like this lineup. This is intimidating for sure. Jordan's got another energy on the Ralts. Mew EX in hand, but can't really do anything. Yeah, and I can see how this matchup could get out of hand very quickly, right? As a restart for 1. Yeah, this looks bad. All right, Gardevoir is going to get absolutely stomped by this. All right, we should play Joltik Hands for NAIC. Oh, yeah, Joltik Hands, Iron Hands. Jesse, can't we just play Miraidon still? Why can't we play Miraidon? Generator still exists, right? Why can't we just play Generator? Just go Electric Generator. Is it because of Badoo? Is it because of no Raikou V? Is it because of no 4 Sealstone? Is it because of all those things? Is this just how we play Miraidon now with Grass Energy 2 and Iron Hands? Amp you very much. And there's an Iono. Okay. Well, you're saying there's a chance, folks. Really, all Jordan has to do is deal with the 1 Iron Hands. This deck does not stream multiple Iron Hands. But why not? Like, why isn't there... You know, why don't we play like one of the heavy batons or whatever? Did that card rotate? That card didn't rotate, did it? No, that card's legal. I guess if your hands gets knocked out, you're just probably losing regardless, so. It is really not worth using that counter catcher. Do not counter catcher. Don't do it, man. Not worth it. It's not worth it. See, because that you should have just Iono'd. Yeah, no. All right, so Jordan, I really think that Jordan should have saved the counter catcher and just used Iono. Because the Charmed Mew is not getting knocked out by anything on Thad's board right now. Oh, yeah, Latias negates the baton. Okay, thank you. That's the answer I was looking for. Thank you. Because the retreat cost is free, not 4. That's crazy. Okay. Yes, that's the answer I was looking for right there. That helps. That helps. And see, you just Iono'd 2 Ultra Ball to the bottom of the deck, but if you had just played Iono, then you would have drawn into those Ultra Ball, and now you can't get yourself a Kirlia. And how sad is that? Right. So I really think that, yeah, I think Iono just should have been played. That or just like save the counter catcher and Mew for 1 first. The double Ultra Ball was a little unlucky, but still, I mean... I know you're trying to maximize your draws, but the counter catcher seemed wasteful. Uh-oh. Here's the bundler. And bundler can make it so that Jordan has to push his Mew EX out of the active spots. And if that happens, then Thad is guaranteed to take 2 prizes. Can either knock out the Pheasantipity with the active Miraidon, or can knock out one of the low HP Pokemon with Iron Hands. Yo, thanks so much. Ryan for the Prime sub and 61 months. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the continued support. And I really appreciate the encouragement with the videos I've been releasing lately. I appreciate that. Bundler. So the bundler can push a Pokemon in the active spots. It looks like Jordan's going to send up Badoo. And now Thad will use Arven. Get a tool and an item card. Looks like he's eyeing up Night Stretcher and Charm. And those are the two he grabs. And just like that, I mean, Thad is going to 2 prizes left. That's intimidating. Amp you very much. Charmed Iron Hands. Can Jordan make this comeback a reality? Iono is a start. Gonna want to set Thad's hand to just 2. And then 6 cards. But there's a lot to ask here, right? Because Curlia did not come down last turn, so you're like looking for a rare candy. And now you've got like Mew and Fez to try and put the piece together, but not going to get any draw off Mew. I would have liked to have seen Jordan promote a Ralts to discard the energy. Yes, that's true. Because you don't want those energies just stuck on the Ralts. You want them in the discard pile. Yeah. So yeah, and actually now those energy are just kind of stuck on the Ralts, right? So it's kind of unfortunate. You can evolve into Curlia, keep the Mew active, and just say like, all right, hope you don't have gusts. I think that's like what kind of needs to happen here, right? Was there no Curlia? And boss is over. Wow. Okay. Wasn't there? Oh, no. Prize both Curlia. Okay. All right. Well, all is forgiven, Jordan. You prize both Curlia. I see. That is quite unfortunate. And Thad showing just why this Turbo Joltik Hands deck is the deck that is the deck that is kind of all over the place right now. I mean, that was just a absolute thwarting of Gardevoir, a deck that many consider to be the best deck in the format, a deck that I consider to be the best deck in the formats. And then to see Iron Hands just come in and bully it, just not even close, just absolute decimation there. Not even 10 minutes and that game's a wrap. So there you go. That's round 4. Oh no, it was 10 minutes. It was 15 minutes, but really just a handful of turns. Game's over. Joltik Iron Hands to NAIC. But what do you do about, like, Goldango, man? You can't beat Goldango. I guess you lose to something. You always lose to something. But Goldango sucks. I'm not going to play Goldango. That deck's terrible. All right, let's pull it up. The hunt for an NAIC deck continues. The meta is shifting a lot right now. It's true, but I just want a deck to like lock in on. I haven't played Standard all year, so I kind of need a deck to get obsessed with, you know? The last Standard tournament I played will have been a literal year ago. At NA, because I'm playing an NAIC, and the last tournament I played was last year's NAIC. So, like, it's going to be an entire year. That's fine. I don't think that I can just play Chen Pao again, like I did at Indie Regionals last year. So, yeah, if I want to lock in now, I know it's Guardy. Yeah, that's the only deck that you could like safely lock in on right this very second. What made me want to play? Well, I'm going to NAIC to film the end of a documentary I'm working on anyways. I'm working on a video that has been like, I've been working on this video for over a year. And I'm filming the conclusion at NAIC this year. So I'm going to be there. But, so I might as well play, right? Because I'm going to be there, so might as well play. Why not? Yeah, Grant swears that this deck was good. Now, what? All right, can someone explain to me why Dragapult with Goldengo? What is it about Dragapults with the Goldengo? What is it about them? Anything? No? It can knock out Cornerstone. I mean, I suppose it can. Seems like an awfully long-winded answer to Cornerstone, doesn't it? All right, what about Cynthia's Garchomp? That deck good? All right, what about Yanmega EX? What about Yanmega EX? That card good? Or what about Crustle? Yeah, I want a Buddy Blast, man. You can't, in good conscience, play like any cards like that with like Dusknoir running around and Drag. I feel like that's just like asking for it. This card seems bad. Even with a card like Cynthia's Gabite, it's like you're... Not to mention Guardy resists you, man. Like, no. Doesn't Guardy resist fighting? God, that's just so much pain. I don't even care if you have 400 HP, man. Can't be worth it. Non-EX stage 2s may not ever be viable again. I agree, unless they're paired with like a... I think the only like non-EX stage 2s are ones that get paired with their EX counterpart, like Gardevoir. But yes, I agree that non-EX stage 2 Pokemon I think are like basically not viable at all. I did read the Roserade, but your whole board has to be Garchomp and Roserade. It's like your whole board has to be Garchomp and Roserade. And then you're relying on Garchomp to actually draw you cards. Grimmsnarl? I mean, this card is kind of crazy. Because you get to search for 5 darkness energy. You can only attach them to your Marnie's Pokemon. But that seems terrible because this guy just gets destroyed by like Teal Mask. Marnie's Morpeko. Yeah, no, couldn't see it. You're telling me Steven's Metagross is bad? God, this card reads nuts. It's literally got Voltage Beat. All right. Squad, we're playing Steven's Metagross. It's too fair. Yeah, that's for sure. It's too fair. You're right. Steven's Carving. I mean, you make your Pokemon take 30 less damage. That's crazy. It's more like Vikavolt. What was Vikavolt's ability? Yeah, it's like Vikavolt. Strong Charge. And then Granite Cave. Steven's Pokemon take 30 less damage. Dude. He's crazy, bro. What's up, Dankus, with the Prime sub in the 66 months? Appreciate you, Dankus. $340. God, 340 HP is crazy, though. And it can accelerate, like, unlike all of the other owners' Pokemon, this card doesn't suck because it can go to anybody. I mean, not anybody, but it's not limited to Steven's Pokemon. It's limited to Psychic and Metal. So that gives you like a lot more. It gives you a lot more targets to work with. Specifically, it allows you to charge up a Clefairy in one turn. So that's nice. You know what card I think they should print for standard format? Twins, bro. Print Twins, you cowards. Reprint Twins. It's been 15 years. Give us Twins again. Reprint twins. Reprint twins. Twins for counter catcher. Reset stand. Wait, how is TCG Live broken? How did it break? Will I be able to stream it tomorrow? I have that on my schedule. I feel like with the Stevens Metagross deck, unlike Gardevoir, you're just like not even playing the Metang. Like, why not just play 4 rare candy? You just want to play like rare candy. Live literally doesn't work. All actions take 40 plus seconds. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, in a Badoo world? All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot about the whole Badoo thing. All right. It's a little bit, it's unfortunate. Yeah. All right. We're going to have to play Metangs. It took 40 seconds for my Arvind to complete, and then the cards just disappeared instead of going to hand. How do you guys do it? How do you keep doing it? How do you do it, chat? Are there any good metal Pokemon? All right, Stevens Metagross. Kind of nasty, man. Maybe Arcaludon is probably just better, though. I think like my favorite card in standard right now, like I like this card. I think this card is so cool. I like this card. Why can't you be better? The hop stuff is so sick. So what, at most you're doing 120 for free? It's not bad. Yeah, I think that card is cool. And then is Arcaludon Flareon? All right, what's the deal with Flareon? Like what's the deal? What's Flareon good at? And what's it bad at? Like what are its good matchups? Turn 130. I mean, you have to like open Crispin and Eevee, right? So what? You just are a Crispin deck, and you're just like juicing energy to your Sylveon. You just use Crispin. That's it. And you're just supposed to. Oh, I guess you can Burning Charge. All right, I gotta get some Flareons and also Sylveon. Yeah, thank you, Skags, for the Prime sub in the 5 months. All right, this is the deck that just seems the coolest to me. Oh, and you could trumpet. Angelite plus stamp. This is gonna have a bad time for sure. You think anybody is gonna try and destroy me with the colorless stadium? No one's playing Watchtower, bro. Nobody's playing Rockets Watchtower. Be serious. All right, but Rockets Mimikyu, that card is good. Oh yeah, this thing just gets one tapped by a Rockets Mimikyu. That's ridiculous. All right, we just need to figure out a deck that plays Rockets Mimikyu the best. Guardy. All right, we're back on Guardy, folks. We're back on Guardy. Rockets Mimikyu is insane. Yep, we're back to Guardy. Because Rocket's Mimikyu is broken. Rocket's Mimikyu, Lily's Clefairy, you're one-tapping Dragapult with a single prizer and placing 6 damage counters. It's ridiculous. And he's got free retreat. This thing's got no business having free retreat. It's got free retreat? All right, this card has no business having free retreat. Oh, you don't really want free retreat in Guardy. That's true. But you could put it in anything else. You could play it with Steven's Metagross. That's true. You could power it up with a single Rocket's energy. You can power it up with a single Rocket's energy, yeah. Played in the Rockets Mewtwo deck, but Rockets Mewtwo seems bad. The Ho-Oh engine, I'm not impressed by the Ho-Oh engine. Unfortunately. $30 damage for each of your Team Rockets Pokemon in play. Yeah, you're looking at like 180 max. Arboliva EX. I mean, kind of a cool card, but you just everything is in the context of a Badoo format, right? So you have to ask yourself, like, what are Smoliv and Dolliv doing in the face of Badoo? And the answer is literally nothing. The problem with Ho-Oh is you got to have the cards in hand. You just it really aggressively wants like a large hand size, but then it also doesn't accelerate to the active. Armarouge fixing that. It just seems like too wombo combo-y for too little of a payoff. You're not getting big enough payoff. When am I and Jesse playing this format? Well, Jesse's preparing for Milwaukee, so Jesse can't stream next week. I asked Jesse to stream next week. He can't stream next week, so it's going to be the week after, I think. But I may invite someone else to play NAIC Standard with me next week. We'll see. I should have access to... I ordered proxies, and I have some Japanese cards for this format. So, like, I'll be able to make it work next week. No, I really don't think anything beats Dragapult and Guardy. I really don't. Like, kind of just thinking... Especially with Guardy getting access to this. But does this card even matter? Guardy already one-hit KOs everything. You can kill their Duskulls? All right, that's pretty good. Sure. Duskull only has 60 hit points. Mew might be better because you can Phantom Dive because it gets 60 damage on it. Yeah, Mew might just be better than Rocket's Mimikyu, right? I don't think Guardy needs the Mimikyu. No, I agree. All right, what about the Porygon Z deck, dude? All right. 20 damage for each supporter in the discard pile with Rocket in its name. Yep, nope. Only has 140 hit points. Unplayable trash. Yep, sorry, guys. Unplayable trash. Yep, no, can't do it. Okay. That is definitely not playable. I do appreciate that they made Rocket Sneasel holo rare. That's really cool. Dirty horns. The thing about Rocket's Articuno is it only protects your Rocket's Pokemon. So, like, that's not going to have any impact on Dragapult's success because the Rocket Pokemon, frankly, aren't that good. So, yeah, it only protects basic Rocket's Pokemon. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. With the Rockets deck, Rockets Pokemon, I'm not really seeing it. Unless it's like a Rockets, I mean, like some sort of Rockets Crobat Mimikyu deck, right? Like, but I'm kind of like just looking through and thinking about the format as like a, you know, if it's like Guardian, Dragapult, Dusknoir are like the top decks, I'm not really seeing anything in this card pool that really interacts with those decks. The tournament is still going on. It's just that we had a very quick round last round. Yeah, I'm just like not really seeing any strategy that I think consistently interacts with Gardevoir or Dragapult in like a winning fashion. Because even like, all right, like your Rocket's Mewtwo doesn't even one-shot. Oh, it does. It could do, yeah, 280. It doesn't even one-shot. Doesn't one-shot Guardy. You need Lily's Clefairy to one-shot Dragapult. Max Belt, that gives you one-hit KO on one Dragapult. And then you've got to play all these stage ones in your deck that don't really do anything. They attack in like a pinch. They're okay. But they only accelerate energy from the discard pile. The problem is like everything else that you have to play with it, right? If 50 hit point Tarantula, like, dude, it's not happening. I don't think it's happening. I guess you could play like, oh, all right, you could play Rockets Articuno. But then like, what's your board? Your board state, like, all right, is your board state 2 Mewtwo, 2 Mewtwo, 2 Spidops, Articuno, Pheasantipity? How is this better than Raging Bolt? Someone please tell me how this is better than Raging Bolt. In Raging Bolt, you can play Noctowl, which gets you whatever you want out of your deck. In this deck, you got to play Spidops, which does nothing. This just seems like worse Raging Bolt. Not to mention you have to find your R energy. Yo, what's up, Bulba Garden? The raid. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. The thing is, you can make Rockets Mewtwo really big, but it still doesn't feel like it's... It doesn't feel like it's good enough. Tarantula can one-shot Badoo. True. But you need a grass energy, and no one's actually playing grass energy with that, so... Rocket Receiver, that's the thing. The engine is good, but the Pokemon are bad. See, that's why they were comfortable giving the Rockets Pokemon such a good engine. Good engine, Pokemon bad. Spidomps isn't a bad attacker, but it's also not a good attacker. 180s, that really we're building a strategy around doing 180 damage? Is that what we're doing? We're building a strategy around doing 180 damage on turn 2 with a 130 hit point stage 1 Pokemon. That's our game. That's our national winning strategy. That's our NAIC winning strategy. Is that what we're doing? This is meant to keep Mewtwo charged up. Yes, but the deck is just, it just seems too clunky. You want a deck that's like as low maintenance is really good in this format. Yeah. Yeah, low maintenance is definitely good. Favorite NBA team? I don't watch basketball. All right, folks, we've got our 5th and final round coming right at you. Let's go. Fifth round. Let's go. Thad versus Zach. Oh, baby. Round number 5. Let's get into it. Okay, so we got Zach is playing Raging Bolt, and Thad is playing the Turbo Joltik Iron Hands deck. Raging Bolt, my money's on Raging Bolt here. I think Raging Bolt should have a good matchup into this. So long as Raging Bolt can deal with Pikachu. So we got Fan Rotom, turn 1 Fan Call. And let's see what Zach decides to get. Eyeing up some Hoot Hoot. And potentially Ditto. It's looking like Ditto and a couple of Hoot Hoots. Retreating to Ditto and use that transformative starts ability. And Zach can go choose a Pokemon. It's going to be Slitherwing. Okay, Slitherwing in the active now. Nest Ball can go get Teal Mask Ogerpon. And the Teal Mask Ogerpon makes it so that Zach can use Jewel Seeker this next turn. Teal Dance. There's a Sada. And pass it over to Thad. All right, Thad, what you got for us? Gotta say, using Tandem Unit in 2025, yeah, man. Feels powerful. Love the look of that. Okay, going to be Tandem Unit for Joltik and an Iron Hands. Nest Ball can go get Latias. Give them a ride on free retreats. Nope, going to be Pikachu. And then Thad does have Rescue Board in hand to give that Miraidon free retreat. Here comes the Joltik. And I expect to see Pikachu get powered up. And there's Jolting Charge off of the Joltik. And just such a huge attack. 2 Grass, 2 Lightning Energy. Easy to see why this card is seeing play now. It could just power up 2 attackers on the first turn of the game very easily. And now, just like that, Thad's board is looking pretty established. Okay, and here goes Noctowl, Jewel Seeker. It's looking like Crispin and... Yeah, dude. I mean... Crispin and Earthen Vessel, Prime Catcher in hand to that Pikachu is roasted. Oh, yeah. Dude, Raging Bolt, broken deck, guys. Let's just all play Raging Bolt. I've been saying Raging Bolt is broken. Look at how nuts this is. Boom. Energy to Slitherwing. Another energy on Slitherwing. With the Earthen Vessel. First we Teal Dance. Boom. Teal Dance. Earthen Vessel. Discard Blood Moon Ursaluna. Gonna go get another energy. I thought Raging Bolt was a lackluster attacker back before Teal Mask Ogerpon existed, okay? And I stand by that assessment. I could not have known that Teal Mask Ogerpon was about to get printed, okay? I could not have known that. So yes, my original assessment of Raging Bolt was that the card was like not all that great. Because Teal Mask Ogerpon, but Teal Mask Ogre, yes, because Sandy Shocks was bad, and that's exactly what it's. And I was correct. Sandy Shocks was bad, and Raging Bolt was bad until Teal Mask Ogerpon came out, and now all of a sudden the whole deck is different because Teal Mask Ogerpon is a basic Pokemon that lets you put infinite energy into play. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, Fez does not work because the knockout was taken with burn. It's true. I've got radio ready, folks. Oh, they already know. Yeah, Thad already knows. Good. Oh, Zach caught it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no flipping, no script here. See, Zach is just getting powered up for their win with Blacephalon GX this Saturday. Zach channeling all their Raging Bolt energy, and then Zach is going to waltz into the Sun and Moon to Lost Thunder tournament this Saturday at Full Grip Games. And everybody in the room knows Zach is going to play Blacephalon GX with Naganadel, and not a single person is going to be able to stop Zach from winning. That's exactly what's going to happen. Zach's going to dust off the old Blacephalon deck. Walls or Control will probably win the Sumlot tournament, and I honestly hope that Walls or Control does win the Sumlot tournament so that all the Sumlot stands out there can just finally be humbled by the fact that the format is not all that good. because Control is just the best variant in Sumlot. So yes, part of me hopes that Zach just wins with Blacephalon. Another part of me hopes that Control just dominates and makes everybody never want to play that format again, so that people will just play the superior format, which is 2017 NAIC. Which is close. I mean, it's like breakthrough to Guardians Rising. Not very close. I mean, but like within a couple years. It's Primal Clash to Guardians Rising? That's right. Thank you. Wait, did he flip? No! Thad, you can't flip, bro. You cannot flip the script. Right? Can you flip the script? It was burn. Burn KO, right? I thought we caught the flip, bro. All right, fine. I'll allow it. We'll carry on. We got the flip the script cards, shuffle back into the deck. All right, and we play ball. Let's go. It's league, folks. It's not a regional. We're not going to double prize penalty. Play ball, play ball. Play it as it lies. Let's go. Teal dance. Dang, does a fully powered Ogre Pawn knock out just one tap hands like this? This is ridiculous. You serious? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. That's just like that. That's ridiculous. And then Zach can just get the wing back. Oh, it's over, chatters. Ogre Pawn can just get it done like this. Oh, yeah, the Joltik deck is unplayable, folks. I've been saying. Somebody asked at the beginning of the stream, what was the best deck to beat? I just want it to be known, okay, that somebody asked what the best deck to beat the Joltik deck was, and I said Raging Bolt, and then you guys were like, no, there's Noctowl in your deck, and I was like, I don't care, it's still Raging Bolt, and look at it. It is Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt smacks this deck. It's not even close. Like, Noctowl. No, they're never going to get it. They're never going to Gust Noctowl with the Iron Hands. It's never happening. The Iron Hands is just getting soloed by a Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. Look at this. Ridiculous. Yeah, I think you gotta play the Slitherwing. With Pikachu around, you have to play the Slitherwing. All right, I think Thad is destroyed here, but let's see what Thad's got. And see, Zach Pra did not look at the regional results over the past week. None of that. Zach Pra just said, I'm going to show up to League, and I'm going to play my Raging Bolt deck, and I'm going to destroy everyone that I face, and they're going to come out with another League win. You see? They're both 4-0. Yes, that is incorrect. Sorry. Yeah, there's not even a Raging Bolt in play right now. Golden Go beats Raging Bolt. Yeah, but Golden Go is like Golden Go can't really deal with Pikachu very well. It's got these. Yeah, it's got ways, but it's not great. Raging Bull has a much easier answer to Pikachu. Poison Dengo isn't real. Yeah, I'm going to second that. Poison Dengo is not real. All right, here we go. The Maractus play. This is what the Maractus is for. Locking Latias in the active. All right, let's see it. What's the end game here, though, right? What is the end game? The Latias will eventually get knocked out, right? There's no way to like manipulate that. Three prizes with hands won't win the game, though. Yeah, there are 4 prizes left, guys. Okay, we got Earthen Vessel. Get 2 more energy. Lightning and Psychic. There's Lightning. Okay, to Joltik. Okay. Arven. All right. Okay, can I get Ultra Ball? Are you going back in, Thad? It looks like Zach is just going to wait this one out. I don't know if there's a switch in the deck, so it might just be like a, you know, just draw pass angle until Thad grows tired of the corner situation. Thad does have boss, but looks like that boss is getting Ultra Balled away. Here's Galvantula. I do wonder if there's like actually a route to like to deck out. Like, could you boss something else, install it? I don't know. The knocked out can actually attack, so probably not. Another corner, just buying some time. Maybe we'll see Galvantula take this knockout. Another corner and chill. There's another boss. Corner and chill. Draw from Zach. Pass. Corner and chill. Draw from Zach. Arvin, let's see what else we got. Is there even an Iono in the deck? There is an Iono in the deck. Okay, this is how we win. This is how we win. Thad fans. Thad has 4 prizes left, guys. So, yeah. Thad's got to take 2 knockouts. All right, got a gear for the Iono. Got a knockout Latias. Gear for Iono. Thad is correct to wait as many turns as possible to play the gear. Okay, Thad should have waited 1 more turn to play the gear. But there's the Iono. Unless Thad is going to attack with Galvantula this turn and take the knockout, which he might be doing. So, like, if that's the case, then sure. Iono. Knockout with a single prizer. All right. I mean, this is the correct route. Here's the Iono. Incoming knockout with Galvantula. And you just say, I hope Zach doesn't draw anything off their 2 cards. Oh, Thad is only 3-1. Okay, thank you. Okay, retreats into Joltik. And then Galvantula for 2. All right, does Zach have it? Uh-oh. Did Thad find the route? Against all odds. No! Thad did it! Wait, boss doesn't do it. Does it? Yeah, can't you just knock out Fez with the Slitherwing? Is Fez weak to fighting or grass? Fighting. Zach? Don't be stupid, Zach. You've got the wing on the bench. You got the wing. The wing is there. Jack. Jack. Look at the wing. Look at the wing, Zach. All right. Does Zach see the wing? What do you guys think? Two more energy. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. That'll do it. Zach, you had it with Slitherwing. The Slitherwing could have done it. On Fez. Slitherwing had it on Fez. Slitherwing. The wing. Yeah. All right, GG's. All right, that's it. Yeah, I did say it over walkie-talkie. That was over walkie-talkie. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta let them know, you know. Anyways, you all have a wonderful night. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to showcase some of the Gym Leader Challenge format on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Hopefully, if TCG Live will work for us. I'm hearing some reports from the TCG Live player base that things are a little bit rocky right now. So we'll play it by ear, but the goal is to stream Gym Leader Challenge on TCG Live tomorrow at about 1 p.m. Eastern.